What is going on, guys? This is Mondo from Modification Gaming, and we're here to talk about SAO Fatal Bullet, and I'm here with my buddy Aries Gaming Productions. What's going on, buddy?
What is up? I'm doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Dude, freaking survived Hell Week last week, man.
Yeah.
Haven't been able to make a lot of videos, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So, I saw this game, and I'm a huge SAO fan. If anyone knows me, you will know that I love this show. I always talk about it. And they just released the game. Not really just released. By the way, this video, not sponsored by Bandai Namco at all. And all rights go to Bandai Namco. The video and, everything. So, anywho. So let's talk about this game. I'll do a little bit of gameplay as I go around. But I definitely want to talk about a few things. Evan, sorry. Aries Game Productions, whatever.
Yeah.
However you want to use it, whatever you want to be called. Tell me, you've only come over. You've seen a little bit. Aries came over to my place a few times, and we actually saw the initial trailers for this game.
Yes.
And what was your initial thoughts on the game?
So my initial reaction to it was definitely that it was going to be it was probably going to be something along the lines of they were going to mix Hollow Fragment and Hollow Realization, the other two SAO games. And for what it looked like from the gameplay that I've seen from watching you play it, it's not like that at all. It is actually completely different. It's not, the concept is similar, but the gameplay is so much better, and it's so much it looks more crisp. Everything
absolutely,
looks
it's
a lot
fluid.
more crisp.
Let me tell you what. I want to talk about the positives of this game. Then we'll talk about the negatives. This game is so fluid, in my honest opinion. I feel like I love using the Photon Blade, and you can use the Photon Blade at the beginning. Just gotta make sure your stats. You got your stats here. You got a status, and it's like an RPG. You kind of grow your character the way you want him to grow. He starts out at level 1, like in Hollow Fragment. You start you're a Kirito. You start on level 70 something.
Yeah, you start OP as hell.
That's your level 1.
Yeah.
But this, you start out at the very bottom, just like Lost Song and Hollow Realization. Now I gotta be honest. Even Aries knows Aries knows this. I did not like Hollow Realization or Lost Song. Lost Song was cool in terms of flying around. That was all right.
Yeah.
But I think they definitely dropped the ball with it. They just that dodge. And bye-bye.
Yeah, that was, so you got obviously for those of you who are wondering, it looks like you still got the sword skills here too and everything.
Yes, there are sword skills, and you apparently I'm not super far into the game. I'm not going to spoil anything. Definitely don't want any spoilers. But I'm not super far into the game. Apparently there's other legendary skills, you can learn a Hollow Fragment that are just, but you have to power them up by being in constant combat, and as you keep going, they get, that meter charges up, and then you do L1 R1. I don't know. So positives. Fluid as crap, man. I'm telling you what, this game, I feel like you feel like Kirito as you're going through the anime. I liked the Gun Gale series. I don't know, what do you think about Gun Gale itself, the anime?
I like Gun Gale.
I
as far as the art goes, I really like Gun Gale. There was some, there was actual story there that involved Risk in the real world too.
Absolutely, yes.
It felt way more similar to Aincrad than Alfheim to me, because Alfheim was just them kind of fucking around.
I agree.
Alfheim was just where everybody was just all peachy and everything.
And they tried to have this sense of something. There's urgency, but before this video started, we talked about how what SAO loses in terms of urgency is because it's not an SAO anymore. And you can have story arcs where it's not in Sword Art Online. If you don't know what that is, that's the original anime, the location they were in. It was a game called Sword Art Online. Anywho, I don't think anyone would be watching this if they hadn't seen SAO or not.
But what we were talking about before, and I will say, is I really like the character customization stuff in here also.
Yes, character customization. You create your own character, and it's really cool. Exactly how you want it to be, time to look, guy, girl, you want him to be a kid, or you want him to be kind of an adult. I kind of went the adult look. It's actually really fun looking the different eyeballs you can have. Mine, they kind of look kind of normal, but you see Kirito, there's a big I don't know, like
almost like almond shaped.
yeah, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a pancake for an eye. It has like icing in the middle. That's how, I mean, I'm just saying, being honest. But like, it's cool. Like, I really like it a lot. As you continue through the game, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you'll be able to like customize the color of your armor, so you kind of personalize it to what you know how you feel and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Different armors, different headwears, all this, and you can make outfits. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to keep that to if you want to hear spoilers. Let me know. I can make another video. So, what's another positive? The story is all right. It's not a strong point. You know, I don't think that any of the SAO games has ever had a strong point in their stories. Because they've always just rode on the back of the anime. What do you think?
Yeah, because I know very little about this story mode as far as that goes, but yeah, the other SAO games were definitely riding the wave of the kind of the popularity, and they thought that they just put out a game, then it would be all right.
A cash grab, basically.
So.
Because right now SAO is like Japan's like #1 show. I think it was like the movie Ordinal Scale is like #1 in Japan right now.
Oh shit!
Like it's like everyone eats up SAO. Like it's like nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean that was, of course, it was the same way. Like whenever a really popular anime like goes into the movie genre, like it usually, especially really popular ones, they don't really have a history of like being awful. Like, there's not been a really popular animated movie that like is a really popular anime in Japan and the US that's just been like, I feel like just been awful. Like if it like DBZ, the only reason that Dragon Ball Super is still producing episodes is because the movies did so good in Japan and the US. They did phenomenally well. Yeah. Because they rode on the DBZ.
On the train.
Legacy alone, and it turned out to be just a really good movie. Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods.
Yeah. Look at that. I love this move right here. You do the like one they're gonna attack. Oh, hello.
Well.
Yeah, that's another thing. Enemies will like just go crazy. They'll be all over the freaking place. Like it's kind of intense. Oh, see right there. So let's get back on track here.
Also, if you notice, they actually, if you've ever seen Gun Gale Online, you know how they actually do the red dot
That's
stuff?
right, yes.
Yeah, that's really neat how they do it on this game.
And there are a lot of skills that tie into the anime that you can get in the game. Like, for instance, like if Xenon, you know, she has like the red dot slide for her like sniper, but that's like, I'm not gonna go into detail. If you ever seen the anime, go see it. It's pretty alright. Everyone judges it really harshly, but the thing is, you know, I liked what it was. I feel like it was the closest thing to SEO that we were going to get out of all of it, in my honest opinion. But anywho, what else is positive? The combat.
Yeah.
I enjoy the combat a lot, but I gotta say, you're not going to be soloing a lot. Just saying. Like, you're not going to see, for me, I'm having a hard time just soloing myself. Like, it's kind of, you know, it's not easy at all. The enemies, there's no block button other than for bullets, and that's like a skill you can learn, and like you can block them, and you can reflect them back at the enemy. But like back in the other games, you'd have a skill where you can deflect or counter attack, and like it would knock the enemy off balance, which this game sorely needs. I mean, I am very honest with that. If you have a saber, you should be able to block attacks. Like if you're fighting another guy with a saber himself, or like an axe or another melee weapon, or anything, you should be able to block that. And there's just no way you can do that.
A little bit more Duel of the Fates and less Star Wars Battlefront 2.
There you go. There you go. I have to agree with that. Yes. You can't, like what I got right now, I got the pistol and the saber. I'm not going to tell you how you can get this, but you can't get in the beginning, but you can have like the pistol as your first weapon and a saber in the other, and it's pretty cool. Really cool indeed. If I think of any more pauses, I will, but I'm going to go with the negatives. Again, I want to talk about the story real fast. Again, I'm not going to... I think hopefully we're back. I actually knocked it. Okay, cool. Knocked the mic off my controller. So, I don't know what's with SAO games and just stories just not being strong. Like, I really just don't know. It's, you know, okay, here's the thing.
It's the strangest thing. Like,
it's strange. Like, for me, it feels like the anime is dark, it's gritty, you know, there's stuff on the line, you know, it's not always like, you know,
and in the games,
it's always like happy-go-lucky, you know,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like, where's
not
the
like that
serious
at all.
stuff going on? Like, there'll be parts in the game where, like, you'll have, like, this part of the story, and, like, they'll have the serious music kick into, like, and, you know, all the serious music coming in, and all that's happening is you have to go talk to a friend before she's down about something, and you need to go console her or something. And it's like this, like electric guitar. It's like such a build up to like nothing. Again, something else to talk about that, and I was mentioning this to Aries. There's a lot of laziness in this game. And don't get me wrong, this is an amazing game. I love this game. It's the best one out of the entire SAO series, but I feel like, you know, things like this should be said, and I feel like a lot of fans would agree with me on this. There's a lot of laziness in this game when it comes to
story and the romance options.
Oh, okay.
You're going to talk about.
Yeah, so here's the thing. They had like the romance option you can do in like Hollow Fragment and Hollow Realization. Don't get me wrong. In my opinion, I think it's kind of weird. I mean, it was never anything, you know, to go crazy about.
It's super like anime waifu.
Yeah,
weeboo,
absolutely.
like,
It's
stuff.
weird.
But I mean, it was like it's kind of sad in a way, but kind of good. It's like a staple of their like whole thing that they've been going for.
If you want that, it's there for you.
Yeah.
But in
they
this game,
eliminated the option completely, apparently.
well, it's not completely eliminated, but like if you have like someone in your party, like you spend more time with them, you do missions together, like, you know, you can like have like a dialogue conversation, and there's no one of the cool things I loved about it is when like you would like be talking to the NPCs or talking to Kirito or Asuna, they were animated. You know what I'm saying? Like they were animated, they were talking to you. I don't know if you know what I mean when I say that. Like when you in the conversations and like they're actual, not their,
yes.
not their.
They're actually like in this game. I think you because Mondo showed me that there was at the end of who he was trying to romance.
Mm-hmm.
There is it's a damn text message, and then maybe like a bed scene after that.
It's weird,
like,
yeah.
It's essentially like your romance option is a damn text message apparently now.
It's pretty. I don't know. It's weird. You don't feel like. That's another thing. We'll move on from that. But again, I feel like don't just take it all out. Don't gut it completely. Especially if it's been like a part of the games, like for all of them except like Lost Song, I think. There's no sense in gutting it because it's a part of what, you know, a lot of people liked. And like honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like, you know, it was there to, you know, keep you distracted. You know, why not? A few hours of messing with that. Man, but that's such a big problem. Is like you'll have these story bits, and like instead of actually, for instance, you'll have a buddy who comes and says, "Hey, you should do a quest with me." And you'd be like, "Heck yeah, let's do a quest. Just me and this person. Heck yeah." But when you actually go to do that mission, it's not even a mission. It's just him. His like, you see my sprite on the right here, my guy. As I'm looking around, that's my guy. It's like the character. It's the other character that you're with. Him speaking to you like this, and he just talks. That's it. Like you don't do a mission. It like he talks like you are doing a mission. Like, oh my gosh, watch out! But like he's just like standing there looking at you. It's pretty lame. And that wasn't like in the other games. But like it is so bad in this game.
I remember the teammate AI in like something like in Hollow Fragment was actually pretty good. Like your teammates were pretty good and decent about like really helping you out. Like they used the skills that you wanted them to. Like you could, I think it was like kind of like it almost reminded me of Kingdom Hearts in a way that like you could tell your teammates when to do stuff, how frequently you wanted them to do it, and everything. And it doesn't sound like you can do it that much in this game because they're just kind of like doing their own thing.
Yes, like, let me tell you what, the AI is still not very good in this game, but like you can do rendezvous on me, you can do act freely, prioritize healing, focus on my target, stand by and counter, prioritize support, do not attack at all, or stand by and just wait for them to tell them to stay where they're at. But the thing is, there are some characters like. You cannot just do random characters and just go and be happy-go-lucky. Like, you have to have characters who are healers. Because if in the other games, you can set your second character to heal you all the time, and it's fine. Because they'll always heal you and you're good. But now, like, if you don't have someone who's a healer, like, at all, because most of them don't even have healing skills, only, like, I think Leafa does, and another girl does, then you're pretty much boned, and you're gonna be continually being you're gonna be knocked down most of the time, and they'll come resurrect you, and then like you'll be alive, and they get knocked down, and you have to go resurrect them. It's just like a constant keep staying alive.
It's like a Gears of War. All you hear from like everybody in your team is revive me, revive me.
I'm bleeding out.
Revive me.
Basically, yeah, that's
freaking. You didn't have Locust teammates on here to revive me. I mean, Jesus, man.
That's actually pretty accurate. Not gonna lie. There's still a big problem with like the NPCs never shut up. They're always like speaking and running their mouths, like oh he died, most of the time.
I did notice as soon as you booted up the game, the first thing that's a positive for this game
is soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Yes.
The soundtrack is. I've already listened to like a couple of tracks on here, and it's already better than the entire like Alfheim Arc soundtrack.
Yes.
It's already better than like half of what was it, season 2 or season?
Talking about like later season 2. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's better than that entire half of that season.
Yeah, they got the music down. Let me just do an example. I don't know if you'll be able to see this because it's a kind of like a cutscene, but we're gonna see. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Hopefully, this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the other games, it's actually animated. This, not so much. Look at this.
What the hell?
Look at the one. That's mine in the middle. You customize. Okay, not me. Jeez. Blah 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 blah. But like, basically, you'll. I'm just gonna go skip through this because don't really care right now. But yeah, it's very frustrating to see that. So what's something else that's an issue in my opinion? The romance option is very gutted. It feels very gutted, and it's very sad to see that kind of being knocked out. So it kind of takes away from the game. How can I explain this? There needs to be more. Here's a big problem I have. I actually messaged Bandai Namco about this. For some reason, actually in Lost Song, they had this problem fixed. But there's a problem where like you're out there in the wilderness, and like you come across enemy players, and enemy players literally function as monsters. And what do you mean by that, Mondo? Okay, here's what I mean by that. If you were out in the wilderness and you saw a bunch of random players just chilling, you would think they would attack monsters because the monsters are right next to them. You would think the monsters would be aggro towards them, right? No. Every time like you like get engaged like through like a monster, they never attack the monster. They always attack you, and they don't actually function like they're actual people. They function like they're NPCs like from the game. And I feel like that really takes out the immersion because like there's a freaking monster that's I don't want to spoil anything at all, but like I don't know. It's kind of annoying to see like everyone's going to gang up on you because now you have a monster who has melee abilities, then you have all these guys with guns just like mowing you down, and like you can't. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Oh, what else? Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. The initial soundtrack is fantastic.
It reminds me a lot of I don't know if you ever played it, but I played they had a Digimon game that came out for PS4 that was actually really fun called Cyber Sleuth.
So you played that? Yes. I didn't play that.
That was. I thought it was. It's probably I thought it was better than Pokemon, honestly. Some of the newer Pokemon games, it was just a lot more like. It's so much more forgiving. There's less RNG.
Oh, that was another thing. Gosh dang, I just missed it. Okay, continue on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, the soundtrack reminded me. It may be maybe the same band. I don't know, but a lot of the stuff here is like they have the electro like techno thing, and then they've got like the heavy guitar riff stuff. So it reminded me a lot of that actually when I was listening to it.
Biggest, I'm sorry, I got to call them out as well. They market this game. It's not right, in my opinion, how they marketed this game.
The choices, yeah.
Okay, this is on the back. This is on the back of the cover of the game, which you will look at when you buy. Which anyone will look at the back of the cover of any game they're about to buy, and like as you read this, just your choices are heavier and faster than a bullet. Your options. Oh, that's a different language.
Yeah.
So when you read that, what do you think? Aries, you think that you're going to have choices, right? Okay, as you just saw in the video, I wish I could have paused it. I accidentally pressed X over it. But literally says the same things, but they say it's a choice. Like, I don't get that. Wrong. It's not a choice. Okay, it's like if my buddy says, "Hey, how are you?" I have two options. I say, "I'm good," or a second option, "I'm fine. What about you?" Like, they're the same thing.
Yeah, literally nothing. It was the I don't know. That's not only frustrating. It is misleading. But
It's misleading.
It's disappointing that like they could have added like maybe you get a different ability if you choose this path, or you get like maybe you get a different weapon style if you choose that path.
Yes,
if you're
absolutely.
You could have like you could be a really nice guy or an asshole, and depending on what you were, you could have different abilities pop up. Like
you could be a player killer.
If you were a good guy, then you could have a bunch of healing abilities, and like you would be able to help your teammates out, and your teammates would get like certain buffs that would just let them wreck everything.
Yes.
But if you were an asshole, then you could either be a player killer, or you could have some type of like almost like Fable. You know how Fable does their,
you have the choices every quest.
Every time you do something good or bad, it affects not only your outlook on your character, but like your character's abilities too. How your character's abilities. Like if you were in Fable and you were an evil dude, the fire and like you could combine spells back then, like in Fable 2, and you just combine a spell that would be like lightning and fire.
Yes, I remember that.
A giant, like evil-looking maelstrom of shit. But this game missed out on that. You could like, especially since you can go ahead and do the death guns, his armor.
Like you can actually, you can craft it. Like that's pretty cool.
You could do a storyline where if you're a big enough asshole, you become the next death gun.
That would be pretty sick.
That'd be nasty as fuck.
Like that would be pretty awesome.
That would be sick. I'd buy that shit just to do that.
But you see, Aries said something very important, misleading. And I'm sorry, this game, they give you this like appearance that you get to make your own character, you get to make your own choices. And I'm sorry, it's not there. It's not there at all. Yeah. It's very misleading. This basically feels like the other games, but you have a different character, but the other characters are still writing the story versus you. I feel like this game has too many characters, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to just go through this real fast. Just kind of get done with this. Oh, yeah, a bunch of these guys right here. I'm trying to go past it.
Like already
right there. Gosh dang it, I missed it again.
Already right here, like there's 4 main characters right here.
Yes. And like they're being all serious, but like this is so weird. Why are they looking at you and talking to each other? That doesn't make any sense.
If you're somebody that hasn't ever played any of the other like Sword Art games that they've made, you probably don't know who like half of the cast is.
Yes, all the characters
from season 1 and 2 of the regular Sword Art Online anime. You wouldn't know like who like Refia is or like any like you just wouldn't know. You just don't know. You just go in and be like, I guess I'm supposed to know.
That is a very good point. Every character, most of the characters that you see, the extra ones, they're from the other games they've made.
Philia is, she's like one of the, Straya, I think it's Straya.
Philia and Straya are from Hollow Fragment.
Yeah, those are the only ones that if you played, some of you probably played Hollow Fragment before.
Hollow Realization's premiere.
Yeah.
This guy, I think these, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are from the new Gun Gale anime, I think, if I'm correct. Agil, you know him. Argo, that character is a very minor character in the show, but they say, hey, or play as her, which is stupid. You got Yuki, Silica, Elizabeth, Sinon. So you got you got these extra people. These are to your story right here.
Which is nice, like they just...
but that's so many characters! Yeah, look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Do they play any different? Like, do they have, like, different, like, stuff that they can do?
I mean, no.
Better, I guess,
no.
But,
all the skills are the same.
Oh.
All the skills are the same from what I have seen so far.
Damn.
Like some people will have like sabers, some people will have like snipers, some people have. Okay, so obviously they have different weapons.
Yeah, but not.
But still, like Kirito obviously is probably the only one who's different, really, because he has the sword and the pistol. No one else has it except you and him, from what I've seen so far. But okay, people say, but Mondo, that's stupid. There's a lot of characters. That's a good thing. I said, well, in my opinion, that's a terrible thing.
They're not if they're not doing shit.
Yeah, thank you. Like, hey, I'm just gonna be honest.
If they're just kind of taking up space, that's not good design.
I have not seen Premiere at all in the story except the beginning. I'm being serious. They're not there. She's just not there. She doesn't do anything. Like she's cool because she has like dual wielding pistols, and that's pretty dope.
That's pretty sick.
But like she's just not there. She's not being used. Nothing. And like when you are going to talk to these characters, like they're all together in just like these huge clumps, and like they make it seem like you all go out and do things together, but honestly you don't. You don't do anything all together. It's just like, you know, in different squads. Like that's usual. I get that.
Yeah.
But each voice actor says like one line, then he goes to the next one, just so everybody can say at least one line, and just to make it feel like that. You see me? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
I'd rather have.
They're trying to force the dialogue on you to make you feel like they're actually like participating with you, when it's really just you like wrecking shit while they're like tossing rocks at the enemies and stuff.
It's yes, absolutely. It's frustrating to see that. You see, Ares, I'd rather have in any game have as minute amount of followers or people with my party that I get to know on a deep level.
Yeah.
That I really get to know him.
Just,
not just Klein is super useless.
Via something like the Witcher series.
Yeah, like that. I was just thinking that. Yes, Klein, dude, literally the most misused character in all in SAO.
Yeah.
But like again,
it's really
pointless. No, nothing.
What it probably could be one of the best developed characters in SAO. They just go, it's just Klein. No, it doesn't.
They made him to this.
Klein.
Yes, they made him into this.
That'd be like watching Dragon Ball Z and being like, oh, it's just Piccolo. No, we need Piccolo shit.
Yes.
Get out of here,
like you know, and there's different rooms and you get different quests and then you go out. That's how you get more money and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, man. I hate seeing, you know, Kirito. Look at this. Look at how in depth this competition is. What's wrong? Are you feeling lost or something? Cool. Okay, back in the day, or the Hall of Fragment, you could take this guy and be like, hey, let's go out for a walk. Let's hang out. And you go talk to him. Again, it wasn't super in depth, but each character had like their own storylines. I don't know if you remember that. Hall of Fragment had like each character had like a lot of their story. So this.
But even then, like they've had the game AI for the gameplay. What Mondo and me were talking about, it kind of reminds me of if you guys played the first Kingdom Hearts. It's like a Donald in your party, and how Donald just keeps dying over and over again, and you're just shit out of luck because Donald's the only one that can heal you at the time, and so you're just literally trying to dodge everything while you're Goofy trying to save your entire ass by reviving Donald.
All right, here's another example. I want to talk to this is my partner, and be like, hey, what's up? Regular conversation. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Regular conversation again.
Yep.
What else do you want to discuss? That's all that she says. That's all that she says. Again, look at this.
Lines, yeah.
That's the best. That's the funniest thing. Hold on. Where's it at? Hold on 1 sec. No, hold on. Go back to the other one. Hey, good luck out there today. Whatever you're doing. I'm just here, man. I'm here so I don't get fined. That's what I'm talking about.
It's so waifu too. Leafa is waifu status, and that's what they give her.
Like you have some moments where I hung out with Leafa a lot, so we've kind of gotten a little bit stronger. Me and Sinon, I actually did the mission where she from the anime where she gets that sniper.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, but it was me and her, and the boss was freaking ridiculous. She kept dying, and it was pretty annoying. But okay, so I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. This is my conclusion.
What's the verdict?
See, I like Angry Joe's way of how he reviews games. Man, I've been seeing. I think for what I've seen, a lot of people have been giving this game like a 5 to a 7 out of 10. That's what I've been seeing a lot. So let me be clear. This is the best game out of all the games, in my honest opinion. It has the most functionality. It's very fluid. The combat's it's addictive. It's very fun. I can't put it down. I've been playing for like 3 days straight now. Like, it's super fun. The armor's cool. You get to customize it at a certain point. You know, different weapons. You know, blah blah blah. A lot of loot. So it's cool. But there are a lot of negatives. There are a lot of negatives that really bring this game to a weird place for me. And I love the idea that you get to finally make your own character, but it's just an illusion. It's truly an illusion that a Bandai Namco wants you to believe. And I don't mean that. I don't say that in a mean way. I'm being honest. You don't really drive the story at all. The story drives itself, and that's what's really unfortunate. As I'm talking about this, but you can make the character who you want him to make it. You know, if you wanted a guy a little, you know, I'm not going to spoil that. Anywho, what else? Combat's good. The music's amazing. The music's always been really cool. The world's pretty interesting. It's pretty small. Not a lot of stuff going on. Not really a lot of activities other than quests to do. And the story itself is pretty forgettable. Not gonna lie, pretty forgettable. This is probably the only story I got. Hollow Fragment, I was into the whole story. I finished it. I beat that game, and I played it again. Still love the story. It's super fun. And like that game, the story, the individual character stories got better as time went on, and that's just not the case in this game. So, in my honest opinion, this is kind of a hard one for me because I really love this game. I really do, but like I feel like these grievances have to be addressed, and they really need to be fixed. In my honest opinion. Also, one last grievance. There's no lock system at all. And if you're going to do melee, there really should be a lock system. People may say just get good. Well, I disagree. I think there needs to be a lock system. Bloodborne, there's a lock system. Dark Souls, there's a lock system. You know, it's a third person. You know, come on, we need a lock system. It helps to make it a little bit more easier to play. More easier, it's terrible English. It makes it be more fluid, and it's pretty fluid already. You know, it can be clunky, but it takes some used to. Man, out of everything I've said, Aries, what would you give this game? Which is kind of hard for you to judge it right now.
Yeah, because I mean I haven't got my hands on it, but if just like watching it and observing it, I would say I'm stuck in between a 6 and 7 out of 10.
That's where I'm at. I have to agree. Yes.
If I probably played it more, I might be leaning towards a 7. But
yes.
Just talking about it, I'd have to probably go more towards a 6. But again, I'm kind of stuck between those
yes.
two.
Okay, that's a perfect way to end this. I have to agree. 6 or 7. I'm gonna go with 7 because I'm a huge SAO fan. So I'm a little bit biased. Let's just be honest. This is the anime that got me into anime. And I really do enjoy it. I love the lore and all of it. It's pretty interesting. It's really cool stuff. But Bandai Namco, I am asking, I'm pleading, please, you know, if you need to hire better story writers, do it. I'm not saying Ricky Kawahara has lost his mojo. He hasn't. He is a world builder, just not a people builder, in my honest opinion. I feel like you need better writers. Like, you can do better with the story. Just, you know, make there be stakes. You know what I'm saying? Let there be a reason to push on. It doesn't always have to be fun and giddy and everyone's happy and go lucky. Let it be dark sometimes. Yeah. Kill off a freaking character, for God's sakes. Do something different.
Like, that's like literally. What?
You turn it on. But yeah, so I'm going to go with like a 7.5. You know, I don't really like using 7.5s, but like I highly encourage you, if you are a fan of anime or just a fan of like SAO in general, like get this game, support it. Like support Ricky Kawahara, support Bandai Namco, because they got the right idea. This is a step in the right direction.
Now they just have to go back to the drawing board.
Absolutely. So, anywho, well, this was Mondo from Modification Gaming and Aries from Aries Gaming Productions, and we hope you guys enjoy this little spat we just had, this little rant. I wouldn't consider this a rant. I think this was a very constructive argument, and we just talked about the gameplay, gave you a little bit of gameplay, showed you a little bit how it works, kind of explained the pros and cons of it. So, you know, please let me know what you think in the comments. You know, comment or like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. and just let me know this is what you really want to see more of this, because I would love to do more videos on SAO, Pay No Bullet, or any or other SAO games. As a matter of fact, because I love them very much. They're really good games. So yeah, guys. Well, that's going to be it for me. So anywho, y'all have a good one, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.
Peace.